lot of the people who scream the loudest about how morally righteous they are
the worst.
They're the worst.
Absolutely.
I know people that on Twitter, you would think that they're just the biggest assholes with no moral compass, but then in real life, I've seen them defend people. I've seen them come to the aid of people that you would never think they would come to.
I know a lot of people behind the scenes that have been like, I'm like, they are demonized, but they're super cool. I see them pop up mutual aid, have people on. Super cool.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, people like there are people like Socialist Dumb Left. He's like this big white streamer who's like one of the biggest virtue signaling piece of shit you can actually find. He like the biggest woke piece of shit you can find. But then there's text messages that released that him calling people the N-word. He was saying he called people the sand N-word as well. Like this dude is a vicious racist. But he one of the biggest virtue signalers out there, pretending people like Tim Pool's the worst. People like Dave Rubin is the word. They're not good, but there's one of people that pretend that I'm holier than thou. I don't do that. Do you guys see me do that? Because I don't have to do that. I don't
exactly.
I'm morally virtuous because
every time you, oh my God, those guys are so racist. Those guys, they hate women. Guarantee that guy is sexual assault somebody. Not even
every single fucking time.
Look, bro, you can go through my text messages. I probably said some nasty shit, but I guarantee you it was mutual. Like you're never gonna be able to go through my shit and be like, damn. Niko is a total opposite of what he is, because I'm a human being, and like I've never pretended. Like I said, I 100%, 99% of all men have sexually assaulted somebody. 99%, whether or not you knew it or not. I firmly believe that. Somebody was like, does that include you? Yes, bro. I was 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 years old too. Yes. I was not as educated as I am right now, just like you weren't. But the people who pretend like they are holier than thou, them the most dangerous motherfuckers on the planet. I promise you. I guarantee you. I just call it a hunch. Joe Biden has probably sexually assaulted and or raped more people than Donald Trump ever has. Because Donald Trump is actually more conscious of his brand than Biden has ever been. Like Trump doesn't even drink or smoke, which is like a pretty big deal. But like Biden's son does crack with little girls, and for some reason he has no like fear of like this judgment or backlash from the guy who's supposed to be his paternalistic father figure. Why do you think that is?
He has no fear. He has no fear of ever getting in trouble. But that's a great point, like, Niko.
Fuck everybody else. I be so worried. Like, damn, bro, if my mom sees this and she sees me bullshitting, like, she gonna call my ass. Like, when my grandma was alive, I used to be terrified of letting them down because, like, that was where my moral compass originated from.
Exactly.
So, like,
exactly here.
Why do you think that Hunter Biden is so just so publicly and loosely doing everything that he's done and is doing? Maybe because it's a little bit normalized in the Biden family. Perhaps.
That's a great point because that's the same thing here, man. My mom, my dad actually never whooped me. My dad never spanked me. Thank God. My dad is a big fucking guy. My dad's 6'4", 250 pounds. He used to spar with Leon Spinks and Leon Holmes. So thank God, my dad got his ass beat by his grandpa. Older black community was very hard into corporal punishment. Because of that, he sworn off doing that. So my mom and my dad, for the most part, there's very few. My sister, my brother got whooped a few times because they was bad, but there are a few examples. But for the most part, they never used corporate violence. Like, it was extremely rare occasion. Like there was a very bad situation. They deserved.
My grandpa beat me one time. One time. Never happened again. Well, I swear. My grandma be like, I'm gonna get your grandpa. Bro, I don't remember the ass whooping. I just remember what the fuck it felt like.
I'm not gonna air what they did, but my brother did something so bad one time. Like we was like, yeah, you deserve ass being, bro. Like I might tell you off camera, but I might tell you off camera, Niko, but I don't want to tell everyone they hear live. He did some
when his siblings is like, hey, bro, you gotta take that. You gotta take that, and that's when you know it's bad.
So that was like the only time my dad ever whooped one of us. He beat my brother's ass for that shit. I'll tell you off camera what he did, but I never got whooped before because I bring this up because what you said. I just had this strong urge not to let my grandpa and my mom and shit down. I couldn't get caught slipping. There's a few times I did bad shit too, and I seen the look on their faces. My grandma and grandpa was so nice. They just gave me that look. I'm like, fuck, I can now.
Oh no, not the look.
I don't want to judge anyone else because I don't have kids, but I'll just say personally, my mom and my dad and my grandparents was good examples of how you can make that shit work.
Yeah, my mom beat my ass.
But
to be fair, now my mom beat my ass. But to be fair, like my brother and I definitely deserve the majority. Like because we didn't have our dad. Like my grandma, my grandpa, for the most part, lived across the country. Her grandma had passed away, or her mom passed away when she was 11. We weren't close with my grandpa on that side of the family at all. He passed away before we were teenagers. So like it was like get shot by doing stupid shit. Or like get my ass beat in the house. Yeah. So I remember like, damn, bro, I definitely got my ass whooped.
Yeah, I'm not making any judgments. I'm not making any judgments.
My brother doesn't spank his. My brother spanked his son like 3 times. Like, but he's like, but because he's so active and present in his life, my mom wasn't president. Like she was working 2-3 jobs. So it was like, nope, got to teach you now. I ain't got time to be here for 8 hours and give you the look for 8 hours. Cause you know that look. But when you gotta sit in the house and deal with the judgment, oh Lord, my nephew, bro, when he messes up. My brother walked by. Every time. I'll be on the game like, bro, why you still messing with him? He know why. Go ahead, tell your uncle what you did before we hop in this game real quick. Tell your uncle. No, don't be ashamed now, bro. I'm like, damn, bro, it's worse than any ass whooping I ever got. Like all day, bro, just in your face. Like, hey, but he be straight for the next 2-3 months, but he's still, 9 years old, so he fuck up again about 4 months later. But that it's everybody has to. You really gotta, like, when it comes to parenting, every parenting styles work differently based off of the situation you're in and like the neighborhood we grew up in, combined with the lack of time and the lack of support. Like I don't condone it, but like we needed ass whoopings. My mom actually had to apologize to us before because she's like, I had to be a dad first. Like y'all know I gotta be a dad first. But like sons without dads get killed.
Yeah.
Like, sons survive without moms. Like, it's a little bit tougher for us maturing, like, as far as emotionally, dealing with relationships. But, like, you survive at least. But, like, some of our dads get killed or end up in jail. And my grandma told my mom at a very young, like, you need to be dad first. And that's how we were raised. And we both turned out very well.
And it worked.
And we both, exactly. But we also had to go to therapy. Like, don't get it twisted. We did go to therapy. And my mom had to go to therapy. Like, not necessarily because of that. Actually, like, I don't really regret any of that. Like, most of this, like I said, most of the time, it was one time that she went over the top. One time. But it's because we literally knocked down my dead grandmother's. The only picture my mom had at the time of my dead grandmother, because my grandma died when my mom was 11. We didn't know it was my grandma's picture, nor did we know it was on the ground, nor did we know she was dead. Because I was 8, my brother was 6 or 7. We had never met her, like, because my mom never talked about her. And she looked so much like my mom, we assumed that it was my mom. And that's the one time that my mom ever went over the top and she apologized to us for it. And then later explained, like, yeah, I definitely overreacted. But that's just the steps. Like, but you gotta go through those, these motherfuckers ain't been raised right, Nate. Like, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Y'all have these people emulate the parents that they've been around. The people that they've been around. I went to my brother's wedding, and I'll get up out of it. I know you got the rest of the segment to go to, but like I just want y'all to know how important, like y'all, like how important you might be in somebody else's life without even realizing it. Cause like my mom's friends that used to, I call them my auntie because those are the only family I knew at the time that didn't abandon my mom. But like they were the ones who raised us. My oldest cousin was like the person I didn't have an older brother. That was the only person I really had to look up to, and I'm around them all the time growing up. And when I went to my brother's wedding, that was the first time that everybody had gotten back together in a long time because everybody's military and all that good stuff. And they're all telling me, I'm so proud of you. I look at your show. I can't believe how much I've learned from you. Like your uncle, like he's learned so much about him. And he was ex-special forces, like saying like, wow, you woken him up to a lot of the things that he didn't even realize. And sorry, question, like, that's the shit that goes through my head whenever I'm doing my show. Like, damn, it may not be today, it might not be next month, but I got to go see all my family again.
Yeah.
And do I want them to be like, the fuck you on, bro?
Yeah, exactly.
Or do I want them to be like, I'm proud of you?
Yeah, that's how it was. We have, I tell you guys all the time, we got a big family here at Kansas City. We have big family get together. You didn't want to be that motherfucker show, like, anyone be like, nigga, what's up? What was that? Nigga, what's up with that, bro?
Oh, you family reunion black. You family. Oof.